Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fasting Space. So nice to have you here. I hope you are well today and real excited to be with you. Take another step on our journey toward better health. Better health to me, a process of bringing everything into balance, whether that's a weight loss path, if that's a journey that you're on. We can especially see it in there as we think about an actual balance. Get that number on the scale where we want it. Okay, to me, that's just one point on the road, one part of the journey. The big thing that I want to communicate on this channel. Trying to find a way of being in the world. So much bigger than just a weight loss process. It's like a path toward peace and contentment, toward good mental health, right? That we're rooted, grounded, and that it's not just, I'll be happy when. But we're finding happiness now. Maybe beyond happiness is contentment. And to me, a fasting process, the reason, I'm happy to have anyone lose weight by any means that they can. Exercise, healthy food, all this stuff is wonderful. A fasting practice to me is the type of process that can help to bring things into balance. So during our session yesterday, I shared a few quotes from my tiny little book of Eastern thought, Eastern wisdom traditions. And so after the session yesterday, I was just paging through it and thinking through it, and so many quotes about balance. Trying to do a little session personally yesterday, just clear out the thoughts, do some thinking. And the thoughts that came to me as I was thinking about balance, I really just kept picturing the yin and the yang, which I have not spent a great deal of time, really deeply reflecting on. I am not an Eastern philosopher, okay? And so I thought yesterday, maybe I just will. Got the picture of it here, I'll share it. We'd take a look together. I thought we'd just do some reflecting on this today. Take us over to this reflection space. So here is this symbol, the yin and the yang. And as we think about ourselves being on a journey, as we are trying to find balance in life, balance between what we perceive as competing forces, competing desires, goals that might be in conflict that we see. Can we glean some things from this about bringing everything into balance? Like I said here, bring weight into balance, just like we're bringing everything in life, either into balance or in some broader space, just seeing that things are in balance even. So let me share some of these reflections with you. What can be seen as opposing forces are often complementary, often interconnected, often interdependent. Where I want to start taking our thinking as we go through this. Think about the line that we are finding with our eating that brings things into balance. Circle with black and white halves, each containing a dot of the opposites, showing nothing is absolute. The black yin, the white yang. Yin embodying darkness, femininity, passivity, and coolness, yang, light, masculinity, activity, and warmth. The dynamic interplay between these explains natural phenomena. Day to night, health to illness. Think about these lines where we're trying to go. I've been thinking about this, contained within this symbol, a whole branch of human thought, for millennia. Very interesting to me to think along these lines. They show opposites, light and dark, hot and cold, but one cannot exist without the other, like a shadow needs the light. I'm thinking about eating, fasting. This is the line that I'm helping people to walk, that I really want us to walk. What brings eating into balance? Think of a light and a dark. A shadow needs the light. Like our eating needs a fasting space. Someone who is fasting needs to eat. They're like opposite but complementary. They just fit right into this sort of framework as far as I can see. This reference says yin and yang are in constant flux, transforming into one another. Day becomes night. Yang turns into yin at the extreme. So this is what I see in our eating, right? That we are in a flow. Fasting gives way to eating. Eating gives way to a fasting space. They say they're opposites. Are they opposed? But really they're complementary. One needs the other. And when we find that balance between these two, then we see it's bringing balance, like to weight, to health, to our vitality. In this train of thought, as I've just gone through, I read a few articles yesterday, okay? I'm no philosopher. See, whether something is a yin or yang is relative to its context. A daytime part of the day is yang, while the evening part of that same day is yin. The symbol shows how each contains a seed of the other, reinforcing their inseparable nature. As reflecting on that, okay, even in a fasting space, it's like we're being nourished in a different way. It's like we think of eating as bringing nourishment. Then we see, okay, fasting bringing nourishment as like energy is released from in the body. It's like, so even these other sides, like eating healthy food is like giving energy and vitality to the body, just like a fasting space in its own way gives energy, vitality to the body. Like each of these spaces has the seed of the other inside of it. To me, this symbol, like when I see it, I think I can see this balance just in this specific area. And of course, so many areas of our life can come to this sort of space. From an Eastern perspective, health is seen as the balance of yin and yang within the body. Imbalance causes disease. Treatment aims to restore balance. See, that is wise. Like coming from a Western perspective, I can tell you, I can see that there's a lot of truth to that. This is really everything that we're trying to accomplish in a space, right? Bring health back into balance. We can see how imbalances lead to disease, right? Maybe is it easiest just to see type 2 diabetes, right? You can just see body being pushed out of balance through unhealthy food, through consumption patterns that are not working in the flow of the body, pushing things out of balance, right? Bringing things back into balance can restore health, can help to eliminate disease. Very powerful, especially in this metabolic space. Maybe it's easiest to see in the metabolic space. this is how the body is operating. In Taoism, this concept central to understanding the flow or Tao of the universe, encouraging alignment with natural balance. We've talked about this a lot on the channel too, right? About aligning with the seasons, about the flow of nature, that as we connect with the flow of energy that is heading through these spaces, that we experience health in the body. Interesting to me that a wisdom tradition of a people gets boiled down to these basic things, right? Aligning with nature, these core root level things. This is why out of all health practices, I sink into fasting at the base, because to me that is really getting into the flow of the metabolism, the energy in the body. Help us bring everything into balance. So as I was looking through this, then I was heading back, I'm reflecting on these little quotes, reflecting on this idea of bringing balance into our life through a fasting process, right? You bring a balance into our life through many, many different ways. It's just one facet of the way we can look at it. We bring balance between exercise and rest, right? Between waking and sleeping, between eating and fasting, right? It's like there's just the line everywhere we're trying to find. And so I came back to my little book. And the quote that I landed on here yesterday after doing all this reflecting on some of these, broad, introductory, simple precepts of Eastern thought. This is one simple little quote, Tarot Gold. Never seek happiness outside of yourself. So I was sitting in this space thinking about this reflection. Never seek happiness outside of yourself. And how does that relate to these concepts, Bringing things into balance. I think we primarily, is this you? We primarily seek happiness outside of ourselves. Like, is almost what it means, like, at least in this culture. This is what I've been thinking, like, try to take a different cultural lens, right? Look out of the box a little bit. Out of our Western American box. When we think of seeking happiness, like, what does that mean to you? How do you seek happiness? What would you say? What does it even mean to seek happiness inside of yourself? And what is the balance between that? Here they're suggesting almost no balance. Never seek happiness outside of yourself. We think things that would make me happy, consuming a product. Maybe that is just watching something like an entertainment, right? I'm going to turn on Netflix, right? Try to seek happiness and entertain myself. Maybe seeking happiness outside of ourselves to bring it into our health space. It's like some certain food, right? The cake, the thing, It's like we're going to seek happiness outside of ourselves. What does that mean to say never seek happiness outside of yourself? So I was thinking, trying to bring that concept into this space. Yin and Yang, finding balance, eating, fasting. Well, if we're not seeking happiness outside of ourselves, we're trying to seek happiness internally as a pathway to finding peace and contentment. I think in this space we find joy in eating, right? consume a food, one of the most enjoyable things we can do, right? Tastes so good, especially comfort food, right? We talk comfort food works, right? So that can bring comfort, that can bring happiness, joy. I want people to have a great relationship with food, like we are all about, here, grace and using no judgment. We've been on a big kick that way. And then how do we use food as a tool to connect with friends and family, like such a good social thing? See, all that is very positive. How do we look at our image then and bring things into balance? The thought that I was coming to yesterday as I was reflecting on it, okay, we're finding joy, contentment in food, trying to find joy, contentment internally without it. It's like, look at that again. Can we find the same joy that is present in eating food in a fasting space? This is what I was really coming to. When we look at each of these parts of the symbol, one side has a tiny spot of the other inside of it. These things, as we've described, flow into each other back and forth, our eating, our fasting space, bringing it into balance. If we're going to have a health practice, a weight loss practice that is sustainable, it has to be enjoyable, as I do believe that. It has to be in and of itself a stress reduction practice. To me, a fasting space is definitely that. It's the only way I would have someone explore it. To say, my mental health is improved by doing this because I'm opening up space. Okay, physically in the body, I am processing things, the calories, burning them up, right? The interconnection with that space, here is another, duality in this. The emotional space, the physical space, burning through the physical energy in the body, burning through the emotional, the baggage that we're trying to let go of. We find the joy in eating, that's the balance on one side. We find the joy in the fasting space on the other side. Like, are these equal? Are they in balance? Like, and if they aren't, we say, well, shouldn't they be, right? We have times for eating, times for fasting. Shouldn't they be in balance? To me, if you say it's not in balance, that would be the space really to dig into, actually. Through the journal, right? Through the reflection, through the meditation space. Maybe this is a centering phrase for the day to help you do it. Never seek happiness outside of yourself. To me, the first time I read that, I was like, I always do that. That is how you find happiness. That's what's sold in this culture, right? That we buy our way to happiness, we consume our way to happiness. It was hard to read it. I was like, never do it. Are you kidding? Like, this is what I always do. You say, well, how is it working out? This is some reflection I've done in my own life. Like, how are we doing on the contentedness scale, Maybe some work to do. So I haven't come to a total understanding, even of this simple phrase, never seek happiness outside of yourself. At least to me, for my own personal process at this moment in time. So maybe it's good enough to say, like, don't always do it. You know what I mean? Like, that would be a step in the direction toward finding balance. Like, can we even do it sometimes? Like, that would be a first step, like an aspirational vision here. Can we carve away some time where we're not always seeking happiness outside of ourselves and seeking to find some happiness internally? Is that the same sort of process to bring balance to this other question? To say, am I finding peace and contentment in a fasting space, just like I'm finding that in an eating space? I have definitely found a space like that personally, where I say, hey, this space is feeling good. This is helping me to get to a better physical and emotional space. I really want that for anybody who is trying to go down a weight loss or health path. That is the type of extremely thoughtful space that I would like you to find. Nothing forced, nothing pushing anyone into a space, but to say, hey, here is something really valuable. Here is a practice that by leaning into it and opening up this space, that we actually find joy in the space, that we find peace and contentment in the space. When you're finding that in a space, that is the type of thing where you say, hey, this is making my life better. Like across domains, to say, okay, I can see, I can feel physically in the body, using energy that isn't in the body. Bringing into that mental space, bringing peace and contentment into the mind. Say, yeah, I see that in the midst of a culture that is always saying, consume your way to health. Hey, look, I'm experiencing this right now. Happiness, joy is present right here in this space. I can sit in that space for a period of time. What is the amount of time? We say that's a variable. That's depend on the person, the situation, the day. That's like your call, and then like we're seeing with the image, it's a flow from one into the other. Just like the river is not fighting the obstacles, it flows in the direction that gravity pulls it. Right? We are trying to get into a mindset of a flow state where we are not fighting or struggling to the extent that it is possible against the obstacle that we have, but we are also not afraid of it either. But like water that is so gentle, yet over time it carves through the hardest stone, right? Carves through the mountain, through the canyon. This is a type of path that we're on as we sink into this state. To me, building a powerful mental state is the path forward. A powerful mental state to me is internally motivated, internally validated. It's finding internally, like this quote suggests, finding happiness, finding peace, contentment internally, when you are not dependent on some external thing to validate your experience. Okay, this is very hard to stop you, you know what I mean? If you are internally validated, if you are on your path and no one else's, you're motivated for your purposes and not to please anyone else. If you are reflecting deeply about your path and what it means to step forward in health, and then you are thoughtfully generating awareness of the effects of this mental process. To me, these are the types of things. Let me know your experience. Does that help you the most? To me, these are the types of things that have helped people over time the most to step powerfully toward better health. Transformational mindsets, You have to have the basic knowledge. Like so many times to me in health, we sit like, okay, we got the basic knowledge and we can review all that. We're going to do more and more of it for sure is great, Like here are the fundamental things we can do. We can move the body in healthy ways. We can choose the healthiest foods and eliminate these processed foods. We can open up a fasting space, It's like you can do it and you can go very technical on it. How many hours and these and things. It's one thing to know a thing, and it's another thing to do a thing. It's one thing to see that a practice exists. It's another thing to embody it, to be it, to experience it, and to do that sort of thing. Takes a very thoughtful mind to do, as I would say. So these are my thoughts on bringing things into balance. Do some good thinking on it today. Let me know what your experience is. Do you find that reflection, even on this image, helps you reflect on life, finding where are things in life feeling in balance? Where are they feeling out of balance? When they are out of balance in that way, bring awareness and reflection to it. Specifically in our health space, can you open up some space for that to allow the body to help center itself? This is one of the things we see from this perspective, aligning ourselves with nature, aligning ourselves with the rhythm of the body. The body has great ability to bring things internally within it back into balance. Sometimes we just need to give it the space to do it. I hope you find these thoughts helpful. Let me know your reflection, and I will look forward to joining you again for more thoughts tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.